Hello, beautifuls. I hope this finds you well. It's definitely found you for a reason. It's found you because this is for you. We're coming to the end of August in 2025. It's been a really strange month. We started in Mercury retrograde, and then we had the Lionsgate portal on the 8th of August, and then we had a full moon directly after. So it's been a month of heavy up and downs. So let's see what's coming up for you in September. Tap into spirit together again. Let's take a nice deep breath in together. And breathing out. Opening ourselves up to spirit and the advice they have for us. Alrighty, spirit. Let's tap into for this collective right here. What can they expect in the month of September? The collective that's come to this video. What can they expect in the month of September? Wow, the world. You guys are coming to the end of a cycle here. Whatever you've been working through, maybe this year, or even just August itself, there's some kind of cycle that's coming to an end here. You've seen it, you've been through it, you're seeing the other side, and you've learned all these lessons through this cycle, right? You got the Infinity Reef here, you know, we see that in a few of the minor arcanas. You've carried this victory through, everything's going well, and you've learned so much. You finished the Fool's Journey. Congratulations, this is amazing, right? So this is this is amazing, okay. Spirit, can we get some clarity on the world here? Some clarity on the world. Okay. So we've got the Eight of Swords. The little Eight of Swords here. And as we know, this card is all about feeling trapped, but maybe not really being trapped. Maybe you've got some past beliefs that you've really held on to and they've made you feel trapped. You know, maybe someone treated you in a really shocking way in the past and it's made you feel like you'll never love again. You're never going to find someone who sees you again. But you see here, she's not really trapped. She could get herself free. She could walk away. She could get that blindfold off. She could find someone who will help her. She can find someone who would help her get this stuff off. She's not actually tied there, but her beliefs feel very stuck. But really, no. She needs to get in touch with this emotion here, this stuff that she's not dealing with down here, this water, this intuition, these dreams. Okay, I guess you're coming to the end of this cycle of feeling like you're trapped, of feeling like you have no control. And you know what? Part of this cycle is accepting that we don't have control over much. We really don't, but we have control over our reactions to things, you know, we have control over how we process. Sometimes things happen to us and we have no control. Sometimes people treat us like shit and that's not our fault. But we have control with how we move forward, okay? But you're out of here. Like, this is finished. No more of this, guys. Stop this. Look at you now. Look at the difference. You're not here anymore and you don't need to be here, my love. You really don't. You're dancing and you've learned all the lessons. So how exciting that we've gotten to the end of the cycle and now we can actually go forward and see what's happening in September. Sorry, I keep showing the bottom of the deck there. So what's the next cycle for this collective spirit? What's the next cycle for this beautiful person? Whoa. Oh my god, okay. There's a big transformation, there's big change coming. Huge change. But you're equipped to deal with it. This is you, remember? This is not you. You do not deal with this change like this. Okay, you take a look at these circumstances and you say, hey, I'm gonna do what's best for me here. I'm gonna dance through this no matter how hard it may be, and I'm gonna nurse my emotions if I need to. This is not a bad card. This is not evil. This is a big change, okay? Everything's gonna be okay. It's a transformation. I really do think this is the final acceptance. You're getting rid of this. Gone. Death to it. Okay, there's a big change coming, so let's get some clarity on this change. Some clarity on this big transformation in September 2025, Spirit. You're really coming through with this, the major arcana here, with these life lessons. And this is really great. The Magician, number 1 in the major arcana, the first step on the Fool's journey. Realizing all the power you have within yourself, right? And yet, you know, this journey that you've just finished, this in your past, remember how you used to deal with things, how you used to see yourself. You know, you've worked through that, you've come through the world, you're ready for even more change, and the Magician is here to help you. The Magician is you, but this energy is really going to help you. These infinite possibilities, infinity, 8. You might be seeing 8s a lot, you know, infinite possibilities for you. You've learnt to deal with your emotions, the Cups. You've learnt how you fit into the material world. You know, you've learnt what grounds you. You know how to think. You know what processes work for you well intellectually, and you know what your creative forces are and your passion. You know, you've got all of these tools here. You've been through the Fool's journey before. You know, you're evolved. It's time to move on. So you've got all the tools, and they're going to help you deal with what's coming. What's coming? What's coming for this collective? Fuck me, Jesus. Okay. All right. The Devil. You've got all the tools to deal with this, okay? Someone's fucking with you, perhaps. And you know why? You know why this person is showing up? Because this is you. They can feel your vibration shifting, elevating, and they want a piece of it. But you don't owe them anything. You do not owe anyone your shitty energy because it makes you feel like this. It makes you feel so trapped. And you don't need that, babe. Like, absolutely not. Death to it. Death to letting people walk all over you, making you feel stuck and trapped and like you have no one to talk to. Like no one sees you, okay? Use all this past knowledge, right? You've got all this stuff. You know how to deal with this person, all right? This could be someone you've been romantically involved with in the past coming back. You know, maybe high levels of lust, high levels of passion, which often kind of weave their way into toxicity. You know, that cycle you get in with a partner sometimes. You know, you have these epic kind of arguments and then you have really good sex, but you don't actually talk about anything, right? It's lust, it's obsession, it's desire that you give into and don't actually use your head. You don't use your swords, you don't use your intellect because you want, you know, you want the instant gratification of this. It might be drugs for you, it might be a person, it might be sex in some way. And sex, of course, is not inherently bad. It's like not at all, but if it's with someone who doesn't respect you and makes you feel like this, it's really not worth it, and you deserve so much better, you know. So you've got to draw on your past experiences and your divine knowledge that you have. You're here, right? You've come to this video, this message is for you. You are divinely connected, right? You can manifest something amazing that doesn't even fall near this category, right? You can manifest a partner that isn't going to make you feel trapped. You know, and I'm not all against the devil in some readings. Sometimes I'm like, oh, hello, you know, but not this time. This is not good, okay? This is not for you. It's not for you. Death to it. Okay, so you're going to deal with that, right? And remember, this is your new journey. You're dealing with this properly. A fully rounded way of dealing with these issues. A more mature way. You know, and I'm sorry that you've been through this with someone, or with substances. I'm really sorry that you've been through this, but it's over, okay? You're gonna be fine. How lovely. You remember that wreath that we talked about earlier? Infinite possibilities, success. You're gonna be so fine. That success of the world, of that cycle coming to an end, it's still with you. And people see that and they love that. They love that for you and they want to be near you. They want a piece of it. You know, you might attract some shitty people, like I said before. But you've been through this, you know how it makes you feel. You know these people are not good people and they're not for you. Use your power to get rid of them, okay? And you need to honor yourself. Honor yourself. Watch out for yourself, like this horse is watching out for this lovely person here. As they are kind of soaking in the adoration and the success that they're finding, this horse is still looking out for them and it has their best interests in mind. And it's using all the suits, all the knowledge from the suits to help this person. And it's passing on the knowledge, okay? This can be you. There's obviously a huge success coming for you. It might be in your career. You know, it might be in your studies. I'm getting career. Obviously, when you start to do really well in your career, people want a piece of it. I don't know if you've experienced this, but if you ever had like a big leg up, or you've gotten a bigger job in your career, people start showing up. You know, people that you maybe have tried to be friends with in the past and they've sort of given you the cold shoulder. Suddenly you're doing well and here they are. Hey, do you still want to hang out sometime? No, you don't. You do not want to hang out You don't want to hang out sometime. Fuck no. That's what you say to this cunt. Oh, sorry. Swearing. I'm channeling like some aggressive energy here. I don't know if it's this person, right? And aggression's not always a bad thing. You know, maybe this is you aggressively standing up for yourself, you know? Fuck off. I'm on my white horse and I do not need you. I'm on a new frequency here. Right, where are we going? That's the interesting thing to note too, is this person who's found this success, he's still on the journey. He's still on the way, okay? He's gotten some good news, perhaps an offer. Some kind of work offer. And I've just seen on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Four of Cups. And I'm talking about an offer, right? Don't be blinded to it. Don't sit here and dwell on the past, because the past has been shitty for you, okay? And I can feel that. And you absolutely deserve justice. You absolutely deserve as well to care for yourself and acknowledge what happened to you. But don't let it get you here. And I know you won't, because we finished that cycle. We finished that cycle. Not only that, but we're killing it. We're fucking it off. Okay, but there is still a small tendency in you for the apathy. You know, these things that have happened to you, they made you feel so shitty. They made you feel so shitty. But it's over. Okay, and if you dwell on them like this person, you're gonna miss out on this beautiful offering here. It's like the Ace of Cups has come to you. It's come through the suit to wake you up. Say, hello, I've got this beautiful thing for you here, emotional fulfillment. I've got it here. With the cups, I often see this as sort of a new relationship. You know, don't miss out on this beautiful person because you're heartbroken from the past. Look around, find the things that you wouldn't usually notice. And you'll be on your way to success, right? You'll be so happy. Don't miss out on the things that are right in front of you. Can we get some clarity on what this offer is, Spirit, please? So we've got the Moon for you here. The offer has something to do, I think, with manifestation. The Magician is also the ultimate manifestation card, right? There's an offering here for you from Spirit. I think you need to let Spirit in. You need to be aware of these signs that are all around you, right? Don't look just in front of you. Listen to the universe. Listen to the sounds. You know, in meditation, not even in meditation, sometimes if you've ever had a panic attack, one of the big techniques to calm down from a panic attack is obviously breathe, but also, what are 5 things you can hear? What are 10 things you can see? What can I taste? How do I feel? You know, I think you need to do a lot of that. And then you'll see these things that are right there. Might be a person, might be a job offering, you know, or it might be a sign from Spirit. It might be a sign from Spirit. But again, you got to let it happen. Don't get angry at Spirit like these little dogs down here, or you're gonna get bit. Okay? It's an offering from Spirit. Spirit wants to help you. Spirit is literally calling out to you here, right? Don't ignore it. Okay, there was a massive leaf just fell from one of my plants. Spirit is here right now. He's reaching out to me. Okay. This is really interesting reading, guys. It's quite honest, so thank you for sitting through this, because it's not really, it's not exactly telling us what we want to hear, but it is important. And I thank you for being here with me. The Hermit, another major arcana. So, as well as working with Spirit, we've got to work with ourselves, right? And you've done a beautiful job getting rid of this energy. You've done a really lovely job. But I think, as well, Spirit's trying to help you to emotionally heal. The cups represent emotions, right? Water, intuition, dreams, water signs, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, beautiful Pisces, how can I forget? You might be a water sign, and if you're not a water sign, maybe you have your moon sign in a kind of uncomfortable place for emotions, like a Capricorn moon or a Virgo moon or a Taurus moon, The Hermit's here to help you and Spirit's here to help you, and you're here to help yourself, You got to go within. This is exactly kind of what I was talking about with the panic attack techniques, the anxiety, calming down your anxiety, those techniques. What can I see? What can I hear? And what can I actually hear? How much can I slow down and hear? Even now I'm hearing sounds that I couldn't hear before, And how do I feel? What makes me feel better? What makes me feel shitty? And then you take this inner knowledge of yourself, you apply it, and you go back out into the world, And you know yourself. You need to figure out this emotional block. There's something you're not dealing with, hey? You've blocked yourself here. The swords are the intellect, the logic. There's something you were refusing to see, And I think it was a bad relationship. You didn't want to see this because the lust was intense, right? But it was toxic. The lust, the sex was the only good thing. Or the drugs were the only good thing, the high, and then everything else was shit. You didn't want to admit this to yourself because you loved those really passionate parts of it, right? But we're in a new place now. We're in a new cycle, literally, number one. New cycle. You got to talk to Spirit. You got to let Spirit in. Spirit's going to help you deal with this emotional problem. It's going to help you see it. You're going to use all the tools that you've mastered. It's not just about Spirit. You are amazing and you can do this, and it's going to lead you to success. And to have that inner knowledge of yourself, right? This is a really beautiful journey. I really feel like Spirit is so here for you guys right now. They've got their hand outstretched. It's funny. It's coming. Spirit's coming through to me as a masculine figure today. I usually automatically use they them for Spirit, but what's something else that's gonna help this person find what else is gonna help this person? What do they need to remember through this process of emotional healing? What's gonna help this collective through their emotional healing in the month of September? First Pentacle, right? Yeah, First Pentacle. It's gonna help you to do maybe some volunteer work, make some donations, take care of those less fortunate than you. I think you need a new perspective on the world. I think you've been really caught up in this toxic kind of cycle with whatever this was, and you've sort of lost track of how big the world is and how complex some people's problems are. You know what I mean? You've been kind of blinded to everything else. You've just been able to feel how tough things have been for you. What's going to help you kind of get through this and realize how lucky you actually are is is helping the needy, right? Help someone else, and that will absolutely fill you up as well. But really be there for them, you know, that's that whole thing of the moon as well, slowing down. Really listen to what they're saying to you. Give them a space to be without judgment, okay? Balance them scales. And one more card, just for this collective, closing off for the month of September. Let's see here. What's coming in? You need to rest. Four of Swords, you are golden. You are golden, but none of us are golden without our rest. We can't function without our rest, okay? You need that divine sleep, and you need to be kind to yourself. You know, you gotta shine that light so you can be as bright as you are. And you've been through a lot, so you need your rest. Don't try and do everything at once here. You know, and rest is a good place to connect with the Hermit, with your inner world. Okay, so even when you're resting, you're doing this. Do not feel guilty for resting, and if you do, if you try and do everything at once, there's just going to be a disaster, man. An absolute disaster. So please, please, please take good care of yourself and rest. Find your inner hermit energy, okay? And on the days where you feel like you can, be there for people who need it. Perhaps like no one was there for you at times when you needed it. You can heal that little place in your heart by being the person you needed, and you can really make a difference to some people who are having a really shitty time. I'm so proud of you for coming through this cycle, okay? I think this was getting away from this, okay? You did it. You're in this new cycle, and you've got all these beautiful tools, right? The Magician. Do not go back here. It's perfectly okay to feel the tendency to go back here, okay? And do not beat yourself up when you feel like you're trapped, okay? It's perfectly normal. When you feel like this, don't give it the power. Just rest. Just rest and be nice to yourself. Be kind to yourself. As well as being lovely to these people, you need to be lovely to yourself, because you fucking deserve it, and people have not been nice to you. Don't ignore spirit. Don't ignore emotional help, okay? Uncross those arms. Don't be so defensive to people who are trying to help you. There'll be success in September. There's going to be a cool thing in your career, okay? And there might be new friends as well. You know, death to this feeling trapped. You're not trapped. And talk to spirit, okay? Love you so much.